Welcome. My name is Debbie and this is Pouring My Art Out for the Lord. And I've decided to embark on a project, a long-term project. And I like to kill two birds with one stone, as it were. I'm not sure if that makes me crazy or efficient. But nevertheless, this is what I'm going to attempt to do. So this is primarily a design team project for the Junk Journal Studio, and I'm going to be working with the Fall Bounty collection in a minute. I'll show you what I'm going to do. But the project I've decided to do is working with this 100 Days of Junk Journal projects. So I've got this is my project, this is my, my digitals that I'm going to use for my project. So I purchased this PDF a couple weeks ago from Cindy Lewis. I'll link that in the description if you want to check that out. She's a YouTuber. She is doing 100 Days of Junk Journal Pockets. So I think she's doing it every single day. I'm not sure, maybe she's missing the weekend. I haven't really exactly looked at the schedule yet, but she's doing 100 Days of Junk Journal Pockets. And what she made to go along with it is a little PDF that has written instructions for each pocket. And she said that the written instructions are a little bit loose so that you can, use some creativity with it. So it's just kind of a basic guideline. You can change the sizing, you can add things, that sort of thing, which I'm sure that I'm going to do. So I'm going to watch her video for day one, and she's also doing this in collaboration with another lady, so you can check that out. And she's doing one, I think there's something with Jovi, I can't remember the whole channel name, but she's doing it along with her, so there'll be at least 2 projects every day that you can check that out. And I know other people are going to hop onto this too, because I've seen little bits here and there through the internet of people working with this. So I thought this would be a great idea, and I wanted to make an idea book. She's making an idea book just in a binder with just kind of just like a sample. I wanted to make an actual project because I think it'll motivate me more to make an actual project. So what I decided to do is and I should grab this. I'll put this on the screen here. The Junk Journal Studio, Michelle, has done a bounty kit, a bounty collection for each season of the year. So she has a fall bounty, spring bounty, winter bounty, and summer bounty collections. And each collection is a series of kits. Some of them, the fall one has 3 kits. I think that's her earliest and smallest one. And then they go, up from there. Her kits have tons of pages in them, lots of fun things. So what I decided to do is make 4 books. And each book is going to house 25 pockets. Just so that it doesn't get like, I don't want a super huge thing that I can't maneuver and look at the pockets and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start with fall because it's coming on to fall right now. So I'm going to make 4 identical little books, and each one is going to house 25 pockets. And I was watching Leona's designs, and I'll link her channel below as well. And she was making an idea book with the pockets as well. And I think she's going to put them all in one book. She may change her mind after she does half a year and sees how chunky it is. But I think she's working in an old book, like an old hardback, reading book sort of thing. But I got a couple of really cool ideas from her. And what she did is she made the pocket, and then she cut out the instructions from here and added them into the actual pocket. So I think I'm going to do that as well. I thought that was brilliant. So thank you, Leona, for that. And then she labeled each one of the pockets and labeled the days. And so I'm going to do some kind of an indexing thing for that as well. I'm not sure. As we go along, I'll figure that out. So here is my project. I have a whole bunch of these envelopes. The fall ones are going to blend perfectly with this color. The other seasons, the summer will probably blend too. The other seasons, maybe not so much. So I might I don't know, put a strip of washi there or just ink it and call it good. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but this is what I'm going to do for each one of the books, journals. And then at the end, or somewhere along the way, I'm going to make a case to house all 4, and just like a chipboard case, and I'm going to put the 4 books in there, so then they're always together. And maybe on the spine I'll even put, you know, idea book pockets 1 through 25 or something like that. So lots of ideas, nothing done yet. So what I'm going to do is put 1 signature in each one. They're going to have 7 pages each. 7 pages, 4 sides on each page would be 28, and there's 25, so I got a couple extra. The way I made this is I have a pocket in the front cover and the back cover, so I'm going to use that for my indexing, and maybe, you know, I don't know, whatever else I need to house in there. So I'm going to show you all of that blah 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 to show you. I'm going to show you how to make this very simple, and then I just wanted to show you the pages that I'm going to use for the first signature, and maybe I'll even show you, I'll put the signature together and just show you what it looks like. But I printed 2 kind of feature pages. Okay, first of all, there's 3 kits in the Fall Bounty collection. There's a journal page kit, there's a coordinating pages kit, and there's an ephemera kit. I did not print any of the ephemera yet. That will come in when I do the pockets. But just for the basic structure, I printed some journal pages and some coordinating pages. So these 2 in particular are some of the feature pages in the journaling pages collection. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love this is going to be my front cover. So I love the owl and the postcard there in the background, and the remember is just perfect. It's going to go in the back of my journal, so that's going to go like this. And then inside I have these 2 spaces, so this is what's going to go inside there. So I'm going to cut that apart and glue those onto there. So that was the other feature page that I decided to use. These ones I didn't print on the back because I'm going to glue them onto the envelopes. And then here's my 7 pages. I think it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I printed these on 32-pound copy paper, and I printed them front and back. And these are going to be my signatures. So I'm going to fold them all in half and make a signature. So one of the beautiful feature pages. Love those pumpkins. I'm not sure, some of them I can't remember if they're coordinating. I think this is still a journal page in the journal page kit. I love how she does, like, you know, the faint, the depth, because she's got faint images and then brighter images on top, and you know, the text fades in and out. Here's a cute mushroom one, postcards and ephemera in the background there. This I think is probably a coordinating page. You know, a lot of these pages are going to be covered with pockets, so you're not going to see a whole bunch. I tried not to find pages that were super wonderful that I didn't want to cover up. There's some apple pies. There's a green one. I thought it would be nice to have a bit of green too, because there is green in the fall as well. There's another one. Love that. I like doing different colors, different textures. I think this is this way. Big bold leaves. You see all the oak leaf and the maple leaf and all the different leaves. There's another sort of background image. Sunflowers. I always love sunflowers. There's a beautiful background for that one. So I have all those upside down. And here's a mushroom one. Types of spores, and just a plainer image, so I can do lots of fun stuff on that one. So I don't think I'm going to do this on camera because it's just pretty simple, but I'm going to, you know, just cut these in half, glue them onto my cover, and assemble my signature, and then I'll show you what I come up with. But first of all, I'm getting ahead of myself. First of all, I'm going to show you how to make the cover. So these particular envelopes are 9 and almost a half. They don't have to be that tall. I'm actually going to cut some off of there. but they need to be at least 8.5 inches tall if you don't want to trim your pages here, because that's going to be how tall it is. And the width is perfect. These ones are 5 3/4, and these will be 5.5 when they're folded. And I always like to have a little bit of space, because when you fold things, they kind of grow a little bit this way. So 5 3/4 is perfect for that. And then I'm going to use this as a spine. So let me just show you. This is really, really simple, but so I'm just going to glue down the flaps of these envelopes here. I could lick at them, but I think I'll just do them this time. Oh, my tape is just not working this week. I think it's the heat. It's just really, really hot up here. Just tape that one shut. And do the same for the other one. And take that one shut. So then I just put, probably doesn't really matter, but I put the two tops of the envelopes together. And then I cut a piece of manila file folder, just plain used manila file folder, and I cut it at 2.5 inches, and I'm going to score it at 1 inch from each end. So 1 inch from that end, flip it over, and 1 inch from that end. So that gives me a 1/2 inch in the middle, which is going to be my spine. So I'm just going to fold on those two edges. I'll just give it a bit of reinforcement. I think I'm going to make all 4 of my books right at the beginning here. This is my second one, and then they'll be ready to go. And I won't forget how I made them. So I'm just going to put that, let me just do this, and yeah, I want this on the inside, I think maybe I should get another piece that doesn't have this on it. Hang on. Okay, I just got a new piece. I should have thought that through. I don't want to have to cover that up if I don't want to, so I'm just going to use this one instead. I have lots of old file folders. So then I'm going to take some score tape. You can use glue if you want. I think this, when it's really heavy with the structure, I don't use art glitter glue. I use Elmer's Glue All. So I'm just going to use this this tape instead. It's quick and easy for a video, and I know it's going to hold forever. So I'm just going to put on the two 1 inch side pieces. I'm going to put a piece of tape on the inside, right on the edge of that flap, I guess, and then right near the fold, not over the fold. I'm not going to put any tape right on the spine itself. So just like that. Then I'm going to take the tape off of. A lot of times I've seen this where people, I don't usually do it this way, but people just kind of fold back a little bit of this so that it doesn't all stick at once, just in case it's not perfect. Okay, so then I want this to be like this, and then I want the spine there. So I'm just gonna line this up with the edge here. This is always a little bit more tricky. Now this will be my right-hand side. So I'm gonna put it near the bottom because I am going to cut off a little bit from the top there. So that is attached there. Then I'm just going to pull, yeah, it's not very attached, is it? Okay, then I'm going to pull the rest of that off and just line it up really good. I don't think you even really have to do it that way, but just thought I'd show you that trick anyway. It didn't really work out. Okay, I'm going to take the other piece off, and that one will just stick on. So now I have this attached to this side with 2 pieces of tape. Then I want to do the same thing with this side. Just going to pull this right off because I think I can do that. And then I'm going to fold this back, flip this around, make sure I line it up on the same edge. Just going to press down the corner, make sure these 2 envelope edges are the same. Envelopes are notorious for being not perfect. So you really have to, you know, kind of embrace the imperfections if you're going to use envelopes. These ones are actually not bad. They're not as bad as some envelopes I've seen. And I'll just take the second piece of score tape and attach that. And basically there is my book. I guess it doesn't really matter if you do this at the top or the bottom, because you can flip your book around. So my pages are 8.5 inches tall, because that's the paper that I'm using here. So I'm going to cut off of the top. I'm going to cut it at 8 3/4. I'm just going to give myself a quarter inch margin there. So I'll cut it on this side. So I'm going to line, I kind of flattened it out there just so I can cut it. I'm going to line it up at 8 3/4 and cut through that. And basically that is my cover done. So I have, there's always a little bit extra there from the envelope. So there's my front cover, there's the inside, the back cover, and I have 2 pockets here. So fun. So I'm gonna get this one covered and then I'll show you what I come up with at the end. All right, so I got my book covered. I really love this image, so that's for my cover. Inside I did another one of the images I showed you, and then I covered the envelope on the back as well. Inked a little bit around all of the edges here. I bound it with the strings to the outside because I think I'm going to cover this with something. I'm not sure if I'm going to use bookbinding tape or just a piece of lace or a piece of cardstock. I'm not sure yet. I put this "Why I Like October" at the back. Then I sewed my signature in, showed you all of that. So I did make my first pocket just to try it out, and it worked really well. I made myself some numbers with just some images I had. And the first pocket is, it's called a simple folded pocket for junk journals. So what it is it just is, and I'm not going to show you tutorials for this because I think probably what I should be doing instead is just referring you back to Cindy's channel for the instructions for the whole technique part. So I'm going to show you what the pockets look like, and then you can kind of see the pockets here and then go over there if you want to check out how to make it. So this one just has kind of a pocket here, a little V-shaped with kind of a collar sort of thing there, and then it's got another pocket here. And this is actually folded up, and then the back is folded in. So this pocket is like all the way from here to here. So 2 very nice roomy pockets there. This one I actually left open at the back as well. I don't have anything there at the moment, but I did put my instructions for pocket number 1. I'll tuck that into the pocket as well, so I have that handy. This is from the Fall Bounty embellishment collection. So really fun little tag, that, and this is as well. It's a couple of blue jays, and then I have a stamp and a label. So really simple, but I think this is a really cool little pocket, and I can see myself using that again. It's nice to just have, you know, an idea book. And then I have these pockets in the front and the back, and what I did with that is I just took the table of contents, and that is from Cindy's book, and I printed just the first 25 pockets because that's all that's going to be in the autumn book. So I've got an index of the first 25 pockets. So number 1 is done, and we will keep going. So I thought I would just show you that part first. I think what I'm going to do is kind of make this sort of a weekly series. I hesitate to say that because I can get busy and then I don't do it. But I think my intention is going to be to publish a video with the pockets that I've done during the week every Sunday. So that's going to be my plan. So I'll just work ahead and do how many ever pockets I do in a week. Could be 1, could be 5, could be 10. Probably not 10. Just working away with the fall bounty, and then on Sunday I'll show you the pockets, show you what I've done, show you the beautiful papers that I've used from the fall bounty collection. And then if you're interested in any of the pockets, you can go over to Cindy's channel and check out the tutorials. If you're interested in these digitals, I will link that below. This is the fall bounty collection again. 3 different kits in the collection. There's journal pages, there's background coordinating pages, and there is an ephemera pack. So that is what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Blessings, and we'll see you soon.